For gay rights advocates in the Philippines, the decision is a ray of hope for LGBT communities here and abroad.
So we hope that the same development will also happen here in the Philippines. The Philippines should be ready. There's no other time but now. We have so many LGBT Filipinos suffering from injustice, from prejudice, and there's so many LGBT couples now who needs that rights and privileges and recognition of couples.
Gays and lesbians are generally tolerated, however, there's still a widespread discrimination such as limited legal rights, such as marriage. And also, there are a lot of religious organizations in the country in opposition to same-sex marriage, such as the Catholics, which is predominant in our country. To better understand both sides of this topic, we have invited distinguished guests to talk about this controversial topic.
Representing the proposition, a powerful politician finished her college with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and proceeded to the University of the Philippines College of Law. Reina Somoza. While on the other hand, representing the opposition, a lay minister from St. Jerome Parish, Ayala, Alabang, Ara Abarca. And second, from the opposition side, a college student from De La Salle University and a high school graduate of De La Salle St. Chavez, Jack Molde.
So, we will be providing a like and a dislike button for the speaker to use later. Each speaker will be given a minimum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 5 minutes to defend their side. In the 5-minute mark, they will be hearing a click sound which will signal them to stop. So, do you think marriages between same-sex couples should or should not be recognized by the church with the same equal traditional rights? So, Ara, what do you think about that? Is it okay for the church to teach homosexual rights?
No, as the representative of the church, I'm saying no. So, as the representative of the church, I was asked to speak about our thoughts about same-sex marriage. So, before I start my speech, I want you to know that we respect religious belief. So, I'm going to start my speech with the verse, Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So, God created man in His own image. In His own image, He created them. Male and female, He created them. So, the image of God is both male and female and is reflected in the union between a male and a female, where the power of God, His life-giving, His self-giving, His moral nature were perfectly expressed. When God created Adam, He created Eve. He didn't create another Adam. This means that perfect partnership requires some level of difference and as well of level of similarity. Sexual intimacy between a man and a woman is the natural method for male and female bonding emotionally and physically. Because it corresponds to the design of our bodies, and it is the normal means by which offspring are created. So I have my 3 main points here. First, marriage is a personal institution. Second, marriage would no longer belong in the essence of bringing new life into this world or society. Third, children have the right to be conceived and brought into this world naturally and to be known their biological origin wherever it's visible. So, marriage is a personal institution. It is the exclusive, permanent, loving relationship and commitment between a man and a woman who is open to the possibility of raising children. It has twofold purpose: self-support and mutual affection, and a natural procreation of raising children. It is easy to understand why same-sex couples are committed to love in long-term and exclusive relationship. However, extending the understanding of marriage to the same-sex couples would break down both public and personal institutional marriages that have stood throughout the time. Indeed, marriage will lose its meaning. Second, marriage should no longer be linked in the essence of bringing new life into this world or society. Society would therefore have no further reason or need to protect the institution of marriages. Second, marriage would no longer be linked in the essence of bringing new life into the society. Society would therefore have no further reason or need to protect the institution of marriages. It has been suggested that, logically speaking, if the marriage only represents only loving relationship, it could come up to any such relationship like the same-sex couples. If the link of bringing new life into this world is broken, the marriage itself is broken, and the concept has no further use to the individual or to society.
So third, children have the right to be conceived and brought into this world naturally and to be known by their biological origin wherever it is visible. Children have the right to the chance of to be nurtured and cared by a mother and a father. We know that life often intervenes to deny those rights, but we start from the potential for them to be satisfied. With the same-sex marriage, however, adults' desires, hopes, and aspiration becomes the exclusion of the rights of the child. And aspirations become the exclusion of the rights of the child. And where this may lead? Would the law oblique teaching homosexual preference and lifestyle in school? Or requiring ministries to perform same-sex marriages? Or church-based adoption agencies to facilitate same-sex adoptions? The Catholic Church is firm in its teaching on this. The belief of everybody is made on God's image and at the very heart of the Christian teaching.
So for our second question, could same-sex marriage lead to a strengthening of marriage as an institution? So Jack, what do you think about it?
For me, it's a no.
Why? Do you allow a ceremony to affirm same-sex couples?
As a Lasallian student, I beg to disagree. People knows what the right thing to do. We know that a man and man, woman and woman cannot make a family. It makes the only child confused who is their mother and father. If every one of us was gay and lesbian, there would be no human life. We could not reproduce by being married to the same gender. Gay marriage is against God. I know that not all people believe in God, or even a Christian, but guess who created love? Who created the world? Who? Everything must came from something. I have some reason why same-sex marriage is unacceptable. Homosexual is against the natural order. For me, if people continuing to support same-sex marriage, maybe animals are wiser than us. People, animals know that their partner is opposite to their gender. Bible says God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve. God removed the rib of Adam to create a woman, not man. A gay will never be a mother. A woman will never be a father. You can pretend, but you can do what a parent's natural doing to a family. A child can't receive a love or feel a love from pure mother and father. Same-sex marriage is only a commitment between two people and does not need a ceremony. Because sex is made for two people, a man and a woman, that make a Mother Nature created. So my point is that all marriages should be abide in God's rule and teachings. People say that it is about love and who you love, not what other people believe, but it's up to God who made love. I believe that same-sex marriage is not right. I really don't care if homosexual wants to love a person or his or her same gender. That please join disrespect the sanctity of marriage. A marriage is akin to ritual between a man and a woman. If a person loves the same gender, so you don't have to marry. Same-sex marriage should not be allowed. A commitment between two people does not need a ceremony to affirm it. Marriages is a ceremony between a man and a woman who wish to live together and wants to love together, to create and raise a family in traditional sense. Same-sex relationships fall into another category and should remain separate and apart from traditional marriages. You can say same-sex commitment, but don't ever say same-sex marriage because marriage is only for two people, that is a man and a woman. Calling something marriage does not make it marriage. Marriage has always been a covenant between a man and a woman, which is by its nature ordered toward the procreation and education of children and the unity of well-being of the spouses. The same-sex marriage is something entirely different. They propose the union between two men and two women. This denies the self-evident biological, physiological, and psychological difference between men and women, which is find their complementary in marriage. It also denies the specific primary purpose of the marriage, the perpetuation of human race and raising of the children. As a conclusion, same-sex marriage is not acceptable in the eye of religious people. Like in our country, which has many Christians, we can accept same-sex marriage relationship, but don't go to the point that it will call of a marriage. Marriage is a sacred ceremony between two people. We can love the same gender if we want, but going for marriage with the same gender is another story. We have freedom, the chance, but there is always a limit. Thank you.
So, thank you, Jack, for your speech earlier. So for our third question, do you think same-sex marriage will be against the law? So, Miss Rania, so what do you think? Are there benefits for same-sex couples?
Of course, there were a lot of benefits. As a politician, gay marriage should be legalized because it is uncivilized and unmerited. Our civil rights and constitution gives us many liberties, and one of our liberties is the pursuit of happiness, which are homosexual people are not allowed to chase. They cannot marry the person they love, and it violates their freedom. Others might ask why gay marriage should be legalized. But my question is, why should other people be able to choose who marries who? If a man and a woman get married, no one seems to care. They are two people who want to start a family. If we change the scenario a little bit, a man and a woman try to get married, it causes uproar. They are not able to marry the person they love and to raise a family together. We are equals in this world, whether we are black, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, or any other races from any other country. Why should we not be equals based on our sexual orientation? In a marriage, there is one thing that we all know truly matters, which is love. Yes, other things are important too, but not one couple would make it to even asking someone to marry them if there was not some love. The definition of love, according to dictionary.com, is as follows: very strong affection, an intense feeling of tender affection and compassion. If gay people feel this way, then why shouldn't be able to get married? If they are happy with each other, said person should be able to marry. Some benefits of gay marriages are as follows: it can bring financial gain to federal, state, and other local governments, and it can help to boost the economy. Government revenue from marriage come from marriage licenses, higher income taxes, in some circumstances like the so-called marriage penalty, and it decreases the cost for state benefit programs. Gay couples make good parents. Marriage provides both physical and psychological health benefits, and banning gay marriages increases the psychological disorders. Marriage benefits should be available to all couples no matter what. In places where gay marriages are banned,
the gay couples are not allowed to have the same benefits as others. Since gay marriage is not legal, said person's spouse is not recognized as their next of kin and care is delayed. Now, who would be affected if homosexual marriage was legalized? No one. Everyone believes there is one person who is out there to love us, and gay people feel the same way. Parenthood is a benefit of marriage, and gay couples cannot have children by themselves without some type of help, so they look to adoption agencies. In some cases, gay people are put on longer waiting lists or denied completely. Gay marriage should be legalized for these reasons. Evolution will always continue at any given point in time. Something will occur that we will not like in this world. But we can overcome this. Thank you. As a conclusion, even though to most people, gay marriage should be illegal and should stay in current state, I believe we need to change the world for future generations. We fear that different religions were going to clash, but now all the religions coexist. White people had black and Hispanic slaves, but we overcome the odds, and now white men, black men, and Hispanic men can be equals. If it is possible to overcome such fierce obstacles, then we can overcome the boundary obstructing gay marriages and straight marriages alike.
So, as a conclusion, we have different opinions about same-sex marriage, which are influenced by the society we are living in, our religion, and our politics. It's for you to decide whether same-sex marriage is right or wrong. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.